I'm the creator of the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck.
Giving back to animals has always been my business and heart model. My greatest dream for the Ark Tarot is to be one of the best-selling decks of all time, so I have more resources to share with the animal allies who so desperately need us to safeguard them. The animal allies asked me to create a visionary tool that anyone could use, and with their guidance, I think we did it. Whether you're a beginner, an expert, a hobbyist, a collector, you can use the Ark for tarot readings, oracle readings, shamanic healings, meeting and working with spirit, totem, and power animals, and a whole lot more. Using the subtle symbolic keys on each card, you can work with the elements, directions, numerology, astrology, Father Sky, Mother Earth, and literally the entire universe. I need your help in setting the animals free to do their sacred work in this world. My company, Building Beautiful Souls Inc., has already invested in the artwork, imaging licensing fees, and all other upfront costs. Now the animals and I need your help with printing and shipping costs so we can get the Ark into the hands of animal lovers everywhere. If it were only up to the animal allies, there would be 500 cards in the Ark, but we negotiated down to 148. So there are 100 cards in the main deck and 48 more available to purchase as bonus packs. We call that adopting. That's where the stretch goals come in. Each financial goal you help us achieve unlocks even more animals that you can adopt. There's never been a deck like the Ark, so I was compelled to create free classes to teach folks about the many, many ways to work with the deck and the animal spirit guides. I am so excited to share the incredible power and medicine of this deck and all the animals aboard the Ark.
The true story is, there's a reason that we put the word channeled on the front of the box. I was walking down my hallway one day, and all of a sudden, everything in my house disappeared. And for those of you that are psychics or mediums or clairvoyants or tarot readers or whatever it is that you want to call it, visions are probably something you're really familiar with. And I looked at all of these animals standing there and I thought, okay, hello, good morning, how can I help you? So, as you all know, I have whatismyspiritanimal.com, and the animals came to me and said, it's not enough. We want you to do more for us. And I said, okay, what does that mean exactly? And I watched cards, tarot cards, just appear like a fan right in front of me. And they just looked at me and said, we want you to create a deck of tarot cards. I said, okay, I'd love to do that, but I'm not an artist. And they said, well, find one. And that's exactly how and why the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck got started. So it took me about a year to find the artist that I knew could do the animals justice. Oh, I'm going to get really emotional about it because the point of getting these animals out into the world, and the point of calling it the Ark, is we can never save too many animals, and we can never do enough for animals. And that's why we have 100 cards in the deck. It wasn't enough just to do a tarot deck with 78 cards. It wasn't enough to do just an oracle deck, and an oracle deck can have as many cards in it as you want. We had to have 100. And then by the time we hit 100, the artist that has been so gracious to work with me over a year and a half it's taken us to get this deck put together, choose all of the animals that go on the deck, or in the cards, on the cards. I called her one day. I was in England, actually, at the Arthur Findlay Academy. And I called her and I said, I need to change the scope of the project. And she said, again? I said, yes. And so we added the additional 22 cards to make 100. And then a few weeks after that, I called her again and said, I need to change the scope of the project again. And we need to have even more. I want to put as many animals in this deck and available to people as possible. And one of the things that you guys will notice when you get your deck is that the animals look really real. and they look like they're stepping out of the cards to meet you. Well, every single image in the Ark is a picture of a real animal, except for one, and I bet you'll never be able to figure out which one that is, but out of 148 cards, only one animal picture is not a picture of a real animal. So it hasn't been surprising to me at all that people have said, gosh, the art of those animals looks so real. It looks like I can just reach into the picture and touch them and pet them and feel their energy, and I've never seen an animal deck with this kind of energy. It's because they're real animals, you guys, and they're bringing that magic and that medicine of life to you and connecting you more deeply with the natural world, which is the greatest hope for the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, is that you become so inspired and emotionally connected to the animal kingdom that even if you can't get out to, and I'm at the beautiful Mystic Jungle Educational Facility in Live Oak, Florida. They've been gracious enough to let me film here all day and meet their beautiful animals and volunteer. Even if you live in a place where you can't get out and experience these animals in person, whether at a sanctuary, whether at an educational facility, at a rehab facility, or even in the wild, the animals and I want those cards to be able to bridge that gap and help you make that connection with the natural world that will help you go to places with your shamanic healing practice, with your psychic development, with your really anything that an animal can do for you. Meet your spirit animal, get to know your totem animal, help you learn to invoke your power animal. And for those of you that teach tarot, for those of you that teach shamanism, for those of you that teach oracle reading, again, the animals and I really hope that you love this deck as much as we do, and that you can use it to teach others, and we can just spread the world with lots of great animal power and medicine. And the end result of that is, if you happen to make a little extra money from holding a class that's based on the Ark Animal Tarot deck, please give back to an animal charity of some kind or some kind of animal cause. If you happen to make a little bit extra money reading and you have clients that comment on it, or whatever it is, however it is, hopefully, in whether it's time, whether it's money, even just sitting quietly and holding sacred space for all the animals in the world, my hope and the animals' hope that you will use the Ark Animal Tarot deck and just make much better things happen for the animals of this world. I'm Bernadette. Stay wild.